Welcome to Two-Split. So we do a lot of tech jargon here at the team. We argue about pixels and processors, KB Lake, Water Lake, whatever it is. But we also play a lot of games because it sort of keeps us young. So it is half year now. We decided here at Two-Split, let's take up the games that have sort of made the biggest impressions on us. Hopefully it will make the biggest impressions on you. If you have other comments about which games should have been in for half year review, just leave them in the comment below, okay? So we're gonna start with January. January kicked off with one of the best games of the year. It was Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now Capcom knows, or should I say, have figured out how to make a great remake. They took a classic Resident Evil 2 from 1998 and they rebooted it, made a fresh game, built it with a brand new engine, but kept all the classics that made it great. Puzzle solving, secret finding, and yes, it is scary. Watch out for Mr. X. Moving on to February, we had, of course, a couple of good games, but the one that stood out for most of us, and if you're an online gamer, you'd agree with me, was Apex Legends. That's right, Apex Legends is still hot right now. They've made new announcements for the game. It's a 3 versus 3 shooter. It's sort of like, it's a classic battle royale mode with the difference being you can respawn your mates. You have a chance to revive. So the typical one shot, one kill, it increases the length of time you have to play in the game. It has great weapons and the combat system is so cool and the bullets are color graded. So it's easy to match them to the weapons, and the tools you add to the weapons help make the weapons better. The skills by each legend makes your team work in the sense that if you have a defensive character versus an attacking character and you have a support character, so you could build such balances. If you're an aggressive team, you can go all in and just take out your opponents. Apex Legends is free right now. You can download it from the PlayStation Store or whatever platform you're on, quite frankly. Swinging over to March, right? March, wow. So March, again, had a couple of good games across platforms, but the one that really gave us sleepless nights over here was Sekiro. Yes, Sekiro. So Sekiro is from a company called From Software. If you're a gamer, you know these are the guys that brought you games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne. That's right. So if you're looking for a challenge, go buy Mario. But if you're looking for a challenge, throw your pad across the room and cry and then go back and remember that your pad costs money and then try again and lose and try again, then buy Sekiro. That's right. It is self-torture. But the challenge is worth it when you do beat a boss. You feel like the best in the world. You control this protagonist called the One-Armed Wolf. He's a samurai, has a great backstory. Unlike most of their previous games that is really awkward, this one, the story is pretty straightforward. Has a couple of secret endings, so this one's gonna take you a while to play. If you're into challenges, like I said, go for Sekiro. It's an awesome game. You should check it out. In that same month, we had 2 other great blockbusters. We had The Division Part 2. Tom Clancy makes great tactical shooters. The disaster in The Division 2 takes place in Washington this time. Everything has gone to crap. And The Division, special team, great round watch. They come in, they handle everything. You try to put everything back in order, take out the bad guys. It is better of everything that you had in the first part. More raid systems, better weapon tech, still the great firefight system. If you're a tactical shooter, you should check it out. And another heavy hitter was from Capcom as well. Again, it was Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 5 comes with even more stylish battling, right? Great styles. They try to give you multiple characters so that you don't get bored with Dante. They gave you Nero. And the third one, I'll just let you figure it out. We argue here about that character being in the game at all. But that's the mention for that. So let's swing on over to the next month. So in April, we got Mortal Kombat. That's right, that game, they keep refining it, tweaking it, to see how disgusting they can get with the fatalities. So I always worry about the mind state of the people over at the development team for Mortal Kombat, but they did a great job. It's a really polished 2D fighter. It's fast-paced, it's excellent. They bring back some of the classics, a couple of new characters. You should totally check it out if you're into Mortal Kombat or combat games in general. In May, we had a couple of games, but the one that sort of stood out for us was a VR game. Now, if you've never played VR, Blood and Truth may be the game you should try out. Most VR games are a bit clunky, linear, short, but this one is a full AAA game. It makes you feel like a secret agent. You're disarming bombs, you're shooting rocket launchers, you're picking up grenades, you're throwing them back, you're dodging cover to cover. So you should try this one. If you've never played VR, this may be the one you want to get into. It might just change your mind. It was a lot of fun for us here. We tried it out, we gave it a chance, and it's good. The aiming system is wonderful. It's the guys from SIE London, the guys that did the London heist in the PS VR demo. If you've ever tried that out, go check it out. So they sort of expanded on that and made it much better. Okay, so we've looked back at the last 5-ish, 6 months. We have some honorable mentions such as Kindom Hearts 3. You should try it out. They've improved everything. It's a bigger adventure, much more fun. Another honorable mention we have is Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus. Yeah. It's a drastically underrated game, right? It's about nuclear warfare. People are living in tunnels on the ground. It's a first-person shooter. Really awesome. I think it deserves more credit than it gets. You should check it out. Days Gone. Yeah, so if you're looking for an open world zombie apocalypse game, Days Gone totally pulls that off. A couple of people online are like, yay. Others are like, yeah, nah, not great. But make up your own mind. Try it out. Let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, Rage 2. Rage 2 is, some sites have defined it as 60 frames per second porn. It's really beautiful. I think it's just in my opinion, I think it's just a repurposed Doom. So, yeah, I think it's a good game, but yeah. If you're not into the goriness of Doom, I think they sort of tweaked it a bit, and Rage is your thing, you know, do that instead. So going forward, for the better half of the year, like I said, E3 is going on right now. We expect such blockbusters like Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding. I don't know what Hideo is smoking, but I play anything man brings out. I think the guy just floats in a room upside down when he's designing a game, because he just comes out with the weirdest. You can't really tell where he's going until you actually play the game. And Death Stranding looks really, I can't say awesome. I'm gonna go with weird. Yeah, I think it looks weird, but I like it. That's my jam. I like it. Gears of War 5, can't get enough Gears. Big, heavy, clunky people with big guns. What's not to like? Shoot people. Yeah, that's Jay's thing. He's gonna play Gears. Yeah, we're all gonna watch him die a million times, but he'll get to the end eventually. Great game. Microsoft is gonna focus on Kate, right? It's gonna focus on the female now. Yes, Kate Diaz. Yes, Kate Diaz. It's gonna focus on Kate Diaz. Find out a bit of a backstory. How did Lucas interact with that story, and that should work. I think to switch it up a bit from the usual attack and rack storyline. And then we have The Ghost of Tsushima. That's another samurai game. Totally different approach. Open world as well. This is from Sony. It's a Sony IP, so if you don't have a PlayStation, chances that you may not play this one. Not entirely sure. May port, may not. Last of Us 2, we don't know. That might be 2020 as well, but the trailer looks amazing. They always figure it out. They always make state-of-the-art, next-level games. You should go watch that trailer if you've never seen it before, and it's not for the weak-hearted. If you have a weak stomach, don't watch it, but you should check it out anyway.
So this list won't be complete without including Modern Warfare. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but Modern Warfare. They rebooted it, just took it back to the basic, took out all the space stuff, you know, all that really futuristic stuff that was confusing everyone, and just went back to the basics. In fact, there's some faces, familiar faces from the old game, which you'd recognize. They put photorealism in the game, and it's based in a relatable, true-to-life story. It comes out October 25th.
And that's it for our roundup for half year and what we expect. Once that changes at the end of the year, we'll give you a rundown to see if anything on the list still stays on the list. If you have any suggestions for the list of games you've tried and you think are awesome, we should try it as well, please leave it in the comment below. We will leave links to where you can buy some of these games, probably try some of them out for free. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. And
Keanu is in Cyberpunk.
Keanu is in Cyberpunk. So I was watching, you know, that was Microsoft, right? Was that? And Keanu Reeves comes out and everybody freaks out. So I was wondering, would they freak out if he didn't do John Wick? If he was regular Keanu and he was in Cyberpunk? Because now Keanu is like Mr. I can shoot everybody point blank in the head. And, you know, but I love Keanu Reeves. He's awesome. He's my guy.